So the first thing I want to say is thank you to everyone who's commented on my recent series of videos. I wasn't sure whether people would like them or find them useful, but I'm always known that a lot of people who have rats, that they have health problems or depression or anxiety, and that having rats and having someone else or something to care for, that it really does help you with your everyday life. And the other thing I have to say is just to remind you that I'm not a professional counsellor. I have been to counselling myself, and these are things that I have learned that help me. But if you are really struggling and you feel that everything is out of control, you must talk to your doctor and get some professional help. So, what people have always said to me, especially when my children were young and I've got divorced and I was on my own and I was working and there was just no time in the day, and I felt like I was constantly rushing and just feeling like I was just surviving in many ways, that people said to me, you have to take care of yourself. In order to look after others, you have to look after yourself, and this includes your animals. You need to be well and to help them and to make sure that you're doing the best you can for everybody. So we all know we have to eat well, we have to sleep, we need fresh air, we need exercise. Well, sleep is something I've struggled with really, really badly. I've never been able to sleep well. If ever I have a problem, it will keep me awake at night, and even when I don't have a problem, I'll have anxiety thoughts. So I keep myself as busy as I possibly can, and I found that by having lists of things to do, that helps me because I know I won't forget to do something the following day if I've put it on my list. And I find that having me time before I go to sleep, so some hobbies, nothing too energetic. Don't go for like a 5 mile jog before you go to bed because apparently that will keep you awake. But reading a book or doodling, I find that helps me to relax and take your mind away from your everyday problems before you go to bed. So make time for hobbies and relaxing. That is so important to me. And for years, I just didn't have time for any of my hobbies. I was just so busy. And you realise like there's something missing from your life, and you realise when you do get that time for your hobbies again, how much you miss them. So I think it's to balance your life so that you do the things you have to do, but have a bit of time for your hobbies and some time to relax. That is really, really important. And as you may know, being creative is so important to me, something I have to make time for every day. And I find I get really annoyed with myself if I don't have the time to do the things I want to do. So even if it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I need to doodle every day. So number 3, prioritise activities. This is where your list comes in. Now I put urgent things, essential things, and me time. I do sometimes lose the me time, but I always make time to read a few pages from my book before bed because I find that's really relaxing for me. I try not to read a really exciting, stressful book before I go to bed. Keep that for later, earlier in the day. My urgent jobs, I try and get out of the way first thing so I'm not thinking about them all day, and then so other things can't come along and I forget to do them. The essential jobs, I will sort of have different days of the week, I'll do different things. I find making sure you keep the laundry under control, don't let things pile up. I do different bins for my recycling, so I pop things into the right bin every day so there's not a mess to sort out at the end of the week. I think you need to be flexible, don't stress. The list is a guide. The list isn't something that's there to punish you, to make you feel stressed and unwell because you didn't get through it. I never get through my list ever. And it does sometimes make me feel really upset that my list is ongoing. If the list is stressing you, then maybe having a list is not the right way for you to do things. For some people it works, some people it doesn't. But I find my list is just a guide. It just helps me to remember the important things. And some things on my list are ongoing for months. I get to them eventually, they're not urgent, it's just a reminder for me. And some people use journals, and I think it's called the bullet or the dot system. I haven't done that myself, but you may be the sort of person that really likes to everything planned out, that you could try something like that. Now, delegate jobs if you can, or find ways to save time on them. So, my time saving is, I find, if you keep things done regularly, the jobs don't get massive, they don't get out of control. So, I would rather do things on a regular basis for a few minutes and spend several hours once a week or once a month, like scrubbing the shower or something. I would rather have things done in little bits that are manageable. Delegating's really good. Other people in your house, they should all be contributing. Obviously, little children, you can only give them tiny little things to do. You can't. Jobs have to be age appropriate. That's what I'm trying to say. But teenagers and adult children or other adults you share with, the jobs should be divided. They shouldn't all fall to one person. Something that I found quite good is skill swap with friends. So if there's a task you can't do or you really hate, maybe you can't do your garden, but you like your garden to be nice, you can employ a gardener. I find they're relatively cheap, gardeners. Or you could maybe have a friend who can come and weed the garden, and you can bake them a cake, or you could look after their dog while they go away, or all sorts of things. So job sharing is quite good, skill swapping, and I find that's another thing you can do. And I think you must always talk. Don't be scared to ask for help. Consult a professional. If you are out of control and your life is spiraling out of control, you feel there is nothing to look forward to, there's no hope, you're severely depressed, your health is suffering, then please, please speak to a doctor. Ask for professional help. And always be kind to yourself. Don't punish yourself for things you haven't done. I've said in previous videos, learn from your mistakes, move forward, be kind to yourself. You always have a right to be kind to yourself. Be kind to others as well. Kindness is maybe the key to a lot of things. I've actually read that an act of kindness makes you feel good yourself. So I know that when I donated lots of things to charity, then I could have sold the things, but I felt good that I've given them to people who could use them, who maybe couldn't afford to buy them. So little acts of kindness, and there's nothing wrong with being kind to yourself. So, okay, that's all I can say for today, and I'm sure I'll find something to talk about another day. Until then, just take care of yourself.